turn the beat up for the boy.
Can y'all hear me now? Am I coming through now? Can y'all hear me? Yo, hold on 1 second. Yo, yo, testing. Can y'all hear me? Shit, man. What is going on? Shit. Wait, I'm good. Y'all can hear me? Oh, okay. Shit, I thought my shit was messing up, man. But yeah. So I don't know if y'all heard all that first part when I was talking. Maybe I wasn't in the thing by then. But welcome back, man. Welcome to the stream, yeah. Been a minute, but you know what I'm saying? I told myself in 2024, I'm gonna go ahead and just start taking this channel a little bit more serious and build it up and like do uploads and things of that nature. So I decided to, you know what I'm saying, go live, talk about One Piece, talk about what's been going on and what we can possibly foresee in the future and shit like that. And also talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen if you're into that. Now as far as Jujutsu Kaisen, I watch the anime and I read the manga and shit, so I'm all the way caught up on that. And people that's only watching the anime, I ain't gonna spoil it too much for y'all as far as the manga, whatever, because that shit is wild, and you just gotta experience it for yourself. Is how I feel. Yeah. So, before we get started, we're just gonna go ahead and break down what's happened in the last chapter. Hold on, wait. Let me drop this link because this is a open panel and shit. But in the latest chapter, which was chapter 1103. So we had basically Saturn revealed to Bonnie that since her childbirth, he been experimenting on her and shit like that. And so that's basically how she had got her devil fruit. Was she didn't actually eat a devil fruit. She was experimented on by Saturn, and he injected her with an extraction from a devil fruit, and that's how she got her powers basically. And how you know what I'm saying, the disease she had, which was the blue scale disease, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So she had the blue scale disease because Saturn also did some experiments on her mother as well. And by when she gave birth to Bonnie, basically she passed on the disease and shit like that, which is also fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of all that, he been, you know what I'm saying, fuck with Kuma and shit like that, making it seem like he was cutting a deal with him or whatever to get Bonnie healed of her disease. But for real, um, he was behind the whole thing basically. With but Kuma didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, Kuma ended up arriving at Egghead Island where everybody else is at, and you know what I'm saying. He saved Bonnie because Saturn was about to kill her and shit like that. And so, yeah, that's basically where the chapter ends and shit like that. So, as far as moving on, what I hope to see in the next chapter basically is I hope Kuma delivers that punch to Jay Garcia Saturn because that's you know what I'm saying. That's a long time coming type of punch. Like you know what I'm saying. Like all the shit that he did to this man, and you know what I'm saying, like just fucking with his whole family and shit like that. He had kidnapped his when they was before he started you know what I'm saying, experimenting on Bonnie's mother. Basically, he had her kidnapped from the Revolutionary Army and shit like that. And she was basically made to be somebody's wife by force. So she went through, you know what I'm saying, everything that comes with even that type of angle on it, which was, you know what I'm saying, real bad and shit. Really fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. Oh, and so I also wanted to talk about Kuma's backstory, like as a whole, because in my opinion, I feel like Kuma might have probably the best and at the same time the saddest backstory in One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Like at first I thought Robin had the a really sad backstory, like the saddest backstory, whatever, but I feel like Kuma does by far. But it's also the best written, which is another point I want to make is like Egghead arc as a whole to me has been like the best written arc in One Piece, yo. Like Egghead being like the most fire arc for sure, for sure. Pastor Stewart, what's good, bro? What's good with you, bro? Thanks for coming in, man. Let me see. If anybody want to come up and shit. But yeah, I feel like Egghead arc as a whole has been the best arc in One Piece. Like better than Water Seven, like better than Thriller Bark, Impel Down, um, Marine Ford, Sabaody, like so many good fucking arcs in One Piece. But I feel like Egghead been the best action wise because not only is you know what I'm saying all this shit happening at the laboratory of Egghead Island, all the stuff that's going around, that's going on in the world of One Piece, basically. You know what I'm saying? You got Law's crew basically being destroyed by fucking Blackbeard and them. Then you know what happened with Kid is he went to go challenge Shanks. His whole fucking crew got destroyed. So like that's two major crews out of there, man. And them niggas all just left Wano. All them niggas just left Wano country, and they the next island that they went after that, it was a fucking rat, bro. What else did I have? So also I wanted to talk about Saturn, like where I think he falls in at the basically the power scaling aspect of One Piece. And it's hard to say if I feel like Saturn could fuck with somebody like Kaido or Big Mom, like an emperor to see like if he went up against Shanks or somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if I'm able to would just say that he's above emperor level. Even even with seeing everything I've seen from him, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he's best in them type of niggas. So I feel like he'll beat a first commander of an emperor's crew. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's as far as it would go with that. Cause I don't even see him beating like Big Mom or like Kaido or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd have to work. He'd have to work too hard to try to take somebody like them down. Cause I definitely don't think he'll beat Shanks. So I think, yeah, I think he'll be able to take down the first commander of an Emperor's crew, but he ain't taking it down on Emperors at all. And then, so Netflix announced that it's gonna do a new One Piece anime series. If anybody was ever thinking about uh getting into One Piece and giving it a try, uh Netflix announced that it's gonna be reanimating its series from like way back from the beginning. And the studio behind animating this new One Piece series, uh, what I've heard, they're pretty legit and like they're pretty damn good at the animation and shit like that. So if anybody's ever interested in getting into One Piece and shit, like yeah, I'd say that'd be a good place to start because One Piece as a series is very long. Like this series been going on for 20 years in our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's good, bro? Yo, Clan the Snoop, bro.
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling, bro. How you doing, man?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain, man. Good to see you back in some form of fashion. Yeah, I like this. Man, I like this. So I was like, while I was getting on, I heard you talking about the Egghead arc is the best one so far. I gotta disagree.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I think the Wano arc to me.
Okay.
I think the Wano arc advanced the story so much more as far as the character development. I would say that much. Egghead it's been a lot of backstory, um, but I think Wano really kind of pushed the characters forward, raised them to another level. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying, bro. I think this one, I say Egghead because like, okay, so when we was in Wano, right? Like, mainly it was just sticking to just the Wano, setting of what's going on in the world. Like, and Egghead, like, I like it because they showing what's going on like everywhere else other than where the Straw Hats is at.
Okay, I get you on that. And I will agree with that. Wano was just very centered on that, but I think what the problem I'm having with Egghead is jumping around too much. With some of the backstory,
Hmm.
like Bonnie's background chapter story with Kuma, that was like what, like 4 or 5 chapters. I'm like, you could have summed this up in one. Um, it,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
agree.
over the place. It's
Yep,
all
I do
over the
agree with
place.
that. Yep, because it did get to the point in time where I was like, damn, like, can we move on already? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like they spent some time, kind of like revealing Emu. I mean, but then they kind of like we jumped over to something else. It's like Egghead is all over, and I guess they're setting up a lot of other stuff coming down the line, but it's like all over the place. Like
Hmm.
you could have um spent more time, maybe giving me Egghead's history and his dealings with the world government. Like give me. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't interested in Kuma's background, not to that degree, not for that many chapters. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree with you on that too. Yeah, Kum's backstory was super fucking long.
I'm like, I got what they were getting at, but it was like you have the world government being found out, you know, and then it jumped back over the egg. I'm like, God. Like, give me some background on the new weapon they're using. You know, the times they've used it. Then it's like, you know, they had God Valley for like a chapter, but you didn't
Yeah,
you didn't really give us nothing. Like, you know,
nothing.
like I want to know, if you're gonna do the God Valley, I was like, you know, give me more of the background of the Rocks pirates, and you know, how that whole thing went down between Rocks, Garp, and
Yep.
you know, Roger. Like, give me that. I was like, yeah, these are some of the characters, and I get they're setting it up, man, but you know, One Piece has been going on way too goddamn long to be trying to set up something years down the road. It's like, you know, this has got to be, in my, I think, the longest running manga, to my knowledge, that has been running this long, and going this well. I was like, yeah, you guys are all over the place. Like, Wano was, so we're talking about here, you know, we're just talking about the character development, you know, everybody getting stronger, you know, the revelation of Gear 5, all of that shit. Like, it was focused on that. And you know, I think Egg had started out like that, and then
Mhm.
it started jumping all over the place. Like, started jumping all. Oh, I see Slater talk about Kuma background show. Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, but did I need 4 or 5 chapters to know that, you know, his history to that degree? Like, it's they're kind of dragging it out for me too long. Like, you're trying to stretch it. But I mean, it's One Piece. They stretch a lot of shit, man. Stretch
Yeah,
a
for
lot.
sure.
But I'm loving it. Yeah, Waddle took years. I mean, but it was you know, character development. You know, Luffy getting stronger, and learning
Yeah,
new.
but here's another thing about Wano, bro. Like, I feel like because of how high the stakes were going up against the Emperor of the Sea, right? I feel
Mhm.
like it could have used a little bit more casualties than just goddamn two people we really didn't even give a fuck about.
Well, yeah, but you know, when you got um Kaido, Big Mom. I mean, it was a whole lot of potential. If you was going to give me some backstory, give me some more backstory on them. You
Yeah,
know, like, I wasn't expecting. I mean, it was casualties of a lot of insignificant characters. But you know, as far as like the character, I mean, you know, everybody got stronger during the course of the Wano arc, and
mhm,
you know, it's kind of like when they did the time skip. You know, like, came back 2 years later and everybody was strong. Like, it's giving me that, but I get it. It was long. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was long. Hell,
yeah,
even when they, put it to the anime, it was long. I mean, like all last year was just the Wano arc.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
No, but I enjoyed it. But it's the Egghead arc is this, they're jumping all over the place. It's kind of hard to kind of follow what's going on because there's so many moving pieces. It's like you introduce Saturn's power, but when are we gonna get a background? I'm more interested on that background as far as, like, the five elders. Are
Yeah,
they immortal? Or are they, is this something that's passed down through the generations? And I'm thinking these guys are immortal. Um, I think they was around, doing the lost century, but we don't know. We don't know. I mean, you
I think
got
it was around then, bro. Like, just the way he talk about it, like, yeah, I think they're like really old. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, they might have that immortality thing.
yeah. I was like, you have, we find out, more about, the D,
Hmm.
with that reveal, but it was like, all right, we going back to Egghead and some random fight, and it's like that's a real mystery. The elders and Emu, like, give me some of that background story. How that, has Emu been around? Did he, fight Joy Boy? See,
Hmm.
like, I want that. I don't, no diss to Kuma, but I mean, you're a secondary character, man. I don't see you change in the course of One Piece history. Now that you kind of like switch back over. I don't know. It's leaving me confused trying to keep up with the Egghead arc because it started out strong. And it's like they're trying to fit so much to that arc. I don't know. I don't know where it's going.
So do you see Kuma dying in this arc?
Um, yeah, I see Kuma dying to get Saturn. I think he puts up a strong fight, and maybe that causes a further transformation with Bonnie. I'm thinking that's where they're going at with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, based on the last chapter, it was referencing her connection to Nika's power. Like maybe that's the catalyst to kind of push her to another level. But yeah, I see Kuma dying against Saturn. But give me some background on. I want to know more about the villains at this point. Like I know all I need to know with the heroes. Give me something about the villains.
Yeah,
Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
but yeah, I'm enjoying it. But I'm a more of a jujitsu guy now. Ever since I picked up that manga, and
man, dude, that shit is fire, bro.
I've been on that for a minute. And what I like about it, they give you some backstory, but we're not gonna beat you across the head with it. It's a
Yeah,
lot, it's a lot of action. Um, it's in the character development is they're it's like they're moving at a much faster pace than a One Piece. Like we're not trying to be around 10 years from now. Like I see jujitsu wrapping up in like the next 2 or 3 years at the pace they're going.
yeah. Shit, bro. You talking about the manga, right?
Yeah. I know the
Man,
anime is kind of like stuck. Like anime is so far
mhm.
behind. People, it took people a minute to kind of get behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's that's kind of like the thing. Like I'm into that, and I've started like getting into Record of Ragnarok. But they're slow with the damn drops. But um,
Hmm.
jujitsu, that the anime is so far behind. Um,
Yeah.
but it's been good.
Man, it's like, bro, the like okay, like the way it's drawn in the manga, like it's so crazy how good and better they make it look in the anime. You know what I'm saying? Like the fight
Yeah,
scene, stuff like
yeah,
that. How they do shit. I'm like, bro, that shit is crazy as hell. Because yeah, I do read the manga too. You know what I'm saying? Because the manga is on fire right now.
yeah. And I'm just
But
like, I can't wait for it to hit anime though. Like,
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
because
saying,
like
bro?
people, this is one of those rare occasions where the anime visually gives you so much more than the
Hmm.
manga.
Hmm.
The manga, and nothing wrong with the manga, is just it don't after you watch the anime and you watch the action scenes in the manga, it don't translate. Like, damn, they got all that from this.
Hmm.
Like how they're putting it together. Like I'm just waiting for the Sukuna and Gojo arc of the anime, because
Yeah,
that fight was crazy in the manga. I can just imagine what they're going to do with it once you put visuals to it.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, they just gotta get this together with you know what I'm saying, the studio that's animating that show. Did you hear about all that shit?
Yeah, I heard about it, and I, I think they can afford to wait with it, because a lot of
Hmm.
people are like coming on board with it through the anime. And like I said, it's the anime is so far behind. Um, the manga is, but I don't think they need to go with another studio. Stick with that same studio, work it out, because it's drawing more people to the manga. Because
Hmm.
I remember we had this conversation. I was telling you, hey, you got to read this. Like I was like, yeah, I've never really heard of it. Now is gaining ground because of the anime, and people, oh shit, this is a dope story. And you got the visuals, but then like the story is dope as well. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, right. For sure. And it's like, bro, like the power system of like, jujutsu sorcery, like that shit is dope as hell to me, bro.
yeah,
Main expansions and shit.
yeah. I mean, I've been on it. Like I said, I've been on it from like day one. But I think hey, the studio. I don't think they need to go with another studio, because if you don't have them guys doing that animation, it just won't hit the same. It
It
just won't.
won't, bro.
It
And,
just
and I
won't.
I'm fearful. Like if they do switch studios, bro, it's like how what was that shit? Seven Deadly Sins. Like how that shit turned to shit like that animation because they switched studios and like that shit was just not the same. And what else was it? One Punch Man anime. They switched studios from season 1 to season 2, and
Yeah.
it wasn't as good as season 1 animation was, bro.
I mean, what is going on with One Punch? Like they had something there, they got the series like the first season on
Hmm.
like Netflix, and then like that we haven't heard anything. They haven't dropped anything for real. Um, I know they went with another studio, but it is one. I mean, One Punch is like we're at what about 200 chapters, and
Yeah,
they're still stuck in like the first 40 as far as like
yeah,
animation.
right. Yeah, they they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't balance out like because yeah, the anime is so far behind compared
Like
to the manga of One Punch Man. Like
yeah, you
that
can't
shit's
even get into it.
crazy.
Like even with the second season, Garo's storyline like that's so, and that was even early in his development. Like we're so
Hmm.
much, we got to return to Blast, you
Yeah,
know, like we find out
yeah.
about the Ninja Village, and there's no animation. I'm like,
And
you
it's
got
and it's and it's so crazy, bro, because right now in the manga, like One Punch Man, like it's like the manga of One Punch Man is so good, bro. Like no bullshit. I read that shit too, bro. Like that shit is good as fuck for the anime to not be, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing and putting out seasons and shit like that because it's like they ain't giving people like when One Punch Man really gets good in the series. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Like
yeah.
when One Punch Man gets really good in the series, the anime ain't even there yet. Ain't even to that point yet.
Yeah, this Slander makes a good point. Black Clover. Like, I don't know what it is with a lot of these studios. They just I don't know. Does it take that long to produce a arc? Because even with the anime, they leave a lot of shit out, but
Hmm.
like they just don't. They're not consistent with it. Like One Punch Man came out, and it was dope, and then it was like, you're just gonna have to read the manga. Like, and we're gonna give you the second season, and it's not even the best part of that even arc. It's like the beginning of that arc, and
Yep.
we're gone. Like, I don't. That is the one thing that keeps One Piece, I think, relevant is the fact that they got an anime come out weekly. Like
Hmm.
every Saturday night they drop in the latest chapter. And even if you're far behind as far as like the history of One Piece, they kind of keep, they're not that far behind, the Egghead arc.
Right.
As far as it's like we're just behind the Egghead arc. Like I think One Piece got it right in my opinion. Like keep churning them out weekly, even though they might be filler episodes.
Hmm.
Keep churning them out because that keeps the buzz up. Um, I think even One Piece, they're even with the manga, they kind of picked up the pace because it used to be like like once a month they was
Yeah.
dropping one. Now they're like dropping, two or three times a month with it now because they're getting so much burn with the anime. Like
Yep.
that's how you're supposed to do it. Like I feel with jujitsu look like it's about to end in the next about year or two. By the time they get around to giving us the next, three or four arcs, people
Hmm.
have gonna have lost interest in the manga. Like, yeah, it's a great disservice. No,
Yeah.
Netflix. How do you feel about live action manga?
Man, I look the One Piece one that came out on Netflix, like hella people was going crazy over it. But me personally, bro, I just couldn't get jiggy with that shit, bro. Like maybe because like for one, it's like the characters that play like Luffy and all them, like they just don't fit to me.
Yeah,
And I
and
never was one that can get into like when like shows get live action and shit like that.
Yeah, live action. I think for me, I don't think I've seen a good live action um
Hmm.
anime or adaptation of manga. I've never seen one because manga and even with the anime, some of the stuff that they're doing is so you can only draw it. You can't
Yep.
like I watched a couple weeks ago. I sat down and Netflix got the Yu Yu Hakusho um
Hmm.
live action. That shit was so trash. It was so trash. It's like you change you like you kind of followed the arc of the dark tournament, but then you didn't follow the arc of the dark tournament. Then like the
Uh-huh.
characters are cheesy, the special effects are cheesy. Like I I didn't like Bleach when it came out.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like I didn't like Bleach. Like it is hard to do a live action of something that is so uh I guess so far. Like, how do you do
Yeah.
a
Right. Right.
Luffy live action? Like, you can have special effects, but it's going to look corny.
It's gonna look corny. It's just not gonna look right, bro. It's just not gonna translate the same.
Yeah, but they keep putting them out, man, because they think people want it. And I don't know, who's these people telling them, yeah, this is a good idea. Like, you can't certain stuff you just can't do live action with, man. Like, if you wanted to do, live action of some like fighting type manga, like I'm into Kingen, um, to a degree. Um, yeah, you can do that because it's not as far fetched as far as like actual techniques and based on like real martial arts. But you know, a Luffy live action, like no. Then the characters that they got, I don't care how much you spend on costume design and production, it just looks
Goofy,
cheap.
bro.
It looks cheap. It looks cheap and goofy. It looks cheap and goofy. I mean,
Yes, man,
I
that
can't
Death
get
Note
it.
trash
Yeah,
too, bro.
yeah. Death Note was another one. Like, leave live adaptation alone. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you can't do it. You can't pull it off. It just looks. I remember the Dragon Ball movie.
Oh my.
Like, no. Like, you can't. You certain stuff you just can't do live action to because like the stuff that goes on in those stories are so far
Yeah,
fetched.
yeah,
Like, can you imagine if they keep going with the One Piece? What Kaido's gonna look like?
yeah,
Or
bro. Right. And you
I
know, One Piece is full of characters like all literally all shapes and sizes, nigga. Like you will run into a nigga that's like goddamn 30 feet tall just for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
like Don Flamingo look they have him
Yeah.
looking zesty. Like, come on, man. Like, leave leave that stuff to anime. Leave it to anime and find you a good studio to do your shit. I'm so glad that like One Piece kind of got away from that 80s 90s cartoonish
Hmm. Yep.
type
Yep.
shit. Like,
Yep.
I'm glad they got away from that because now it looks like more serious adult type anime.
Hmm.
Kind of like when Dragon Ball transitioned to Super. It was like more adult, you know, I
Yep.
guess drawings to me. It didn't look as cartoonish as it was. Um, but I'm gonna ask you a question. I asked Slander this question. Have you ever seen Ninja Scroll?
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah,
I can't say that I have.
you need to, that is the OG um of anime. That is the OG. We check it out. Now I'm gonna tell him, that's his homework. Check it out. That is the OG because that was the first anime. Next to it's two anime that I think kind of like set up a lot of people's interest, especially in America, as far as like wanting to read manga and watch anime. And that was Akira and Ninja Scroll.
Yo, I seen Akira. Akira is dope as shit.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, this is Japanese animation, but people gonna die. They gonna get fucked up, and it's not
Mhm.
gonna be a happily ever after for everybody. But if you watch, like, Ninja Scroll was the first movie I watched anime. And I just like caught it on a whim. Like it's the precursor to Afro Samurai, as far as like how people get mangled up and dismembered and all. It's
Mhm.
the precursor to Afro Samurai. I think they need to bring Afro Samurai back.
Yeah, for sure, and give it a longer series.
I'm glad they
Yeah.
never went like real live action with that, because but yeah, Ninja Scroll is to me that and Akira OG anime. If you haven't watched either one of those, you need to watch them, because that you know that that level of art and the drawings and how they was depicting stuff that like goes on in the anime. We're not toning it down. This is like PG-13 type shit. Like you watch Ninja Scroll and it's like it's fucking going on. There's people getting cut up. It's like this is for adults. This ain't for junior. This ain't Toonami for sure.
uh, okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
I just put it up on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit tonight then.
yeah, that's like like that's like OG, the OG anime movie. If you're gonna watch one, because before then and before Akira, you didn't really
Mhm.
see characters getting cut up and dismembered and all of that. Like Akira was like, I remember watching that as a kid when it first came out. It was like on Toonami, like the Late Show, and
Mm.
they dropped it, and I was just like, this is like so mature of an anime, because at that time all we had was like the Dragon Balls and
Yeah.
the kitty looking One Piece, but like this is like this also this is like this what y'all doing in Japan? This what y'all been holding out on? They was like, oh yeah, this is this is what we into, and now do you see that art style being used a lot more with anime? Because I don't think animes
Mhm.
are geared towards kids anyway. I think animes are geared towards adults. Real anime is geared
Definitely.
towards
Yeah.
yeah. Like manga is for everybody, but the anime is built for kids. We're not gonna dumb it down. It's
Mhm.
gonna be moving fast and all of that. And you know, yeah, check it out, man. Check it out and let me know what you think.
Yep, I definitely will. Nah, I never watched Goblin Slayer Slender. I
Yeah,
should.
I never watched that. I never
Yeah,
watched that.
I can't remember where I seen it at. I think it said Netflix, I believe. But
Yeah, Toonami used to be lit. That used to be
oh
like
hell yeah.
that shit. That Toonami used to be for like the real hardcore like anime people,
Hmm.
manga type people. It's like yeah, this is not fucking Johnny Quest. This
Right.
this is some shit. Like you might want to read up on this, because even with Akira, like I didn't know they had like a whole manga series for that, and it
Yeah.
wasn't just like a one off, but you know um
But yeah, I
yeah
did not know it had a manga series to it. Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was
I
just a
mean, but
movie.
Japan been holding out. I'm starting to even get into Chinese anime. A little bit. I found a couple of stuff on like Crunchyroll. Like there's like Chinese
Uh-huh.
anime, and it's kind of it's very similar to Japanese, but it's um more focused on like the martial arts type energy. I found a couple of those. Um, you know,
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Yeah, I got to do that, man. Are you back? What's going on? Good brother Churn.
Yeah, man, I'm back, bro. I decided I would just, keep building this channel right here up through this year and shit like that. And basically stop procrastinating and just do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Now
you the
I got
reason I had to do the other channel, man. You the reason.
huh?
We'll blame you. You the reason I had to start. I said I got to start a manga channel, because it's like Germ going into fucking hiding and shit. No, I mean, but it's like it's like because I started one not too long ago. Like I just started try to do like uploads of like the One Piece shit, just to kind of like build up
Mhm.
views and watch hours and shit. Um, and it's it's been okay. I ain't put that much attention to it, but we working on kind of like getting like a weekly show with that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
um, yeah, I mean that's a major market if you can kind of get into it.
Bro, it really is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told myself, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do uploads as well. You know what I'm saying? Just to really keep it going and shit like that. Even if I don't go live, I can just keep it going with the uploads.
Yeah, and I've like even with my other channel, in the corporate space, I'm learning to even with my shorts. Like I did a short yesterday, um,
Mhm.
just showing a LeBron poster, and I got like 2.5K views. But what I did was instead of just like putting it up and all of that, I added a question to the short. And what the question does is, people click answer and they, you build up engagement like that.
Mm.
Increase your watch. Like I put it up last night, and I want to say this last time I checked was like 2.5K views on just a short. And all I asked was a question was like, LeBron, the greatest of all time. And then,
Hmm.
you get people, they'll click answer, and that's their way of leaving a comment. Because they'll click answer like, nah, it's this person, nah, it's that person. So I'm like, yeah. But the anime sector, I'm trying to break into like I've been trying to break into it. It's like this with the video content. I got to start shortening shit up because when they put up the One Piece shit, I'll be like, okay, boom, let me try to
Yeah,
screen record this, add effects, add screens and shit like that, and then it'll be up, and then it'll be like, nah, you're not, you're not Japanese, man. We're gonna have to take that off your channel.
yeah, for real.
I'm like, how you gonna take my shit down for copyright? And these cats is just got like the whole show up with nothing. Like I don't
Yeah,
change the effects, added all kind of shit, sound effects, everything, watermarks, and y'all be like, nah, you ain't Japanese, man. We can't let you rock with that. But I found out with one, it's harder to put up like a lot of One Piece episodes if you're not like doing like a live reaction. They'll let you rock with that. Um, but yeah, it's tricky. But if you can get it, it's like free view. I mean, because think about it, you're not writing shit. Um, you're not, all you're doing is doing a review. Like we can sit up here,
mhm,
yeah, this the latest, latest review, and then you see in this panel here, blah 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 blah, and they'll let it rock. You just got to be, you got to be consistent with it, and that's about the hardest part with the anime sector. You can't be bullshitting around because when the spoiler, these cats got,
yeah,
they got uploads like, yeah, we got the spoilers. Translations ain't came out yet, but you can see here on this panel, it looked like boo 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 boo. Yeah, live reactions never get strikes.
that's a fact.
And you would think if you're live streaming and you're doing a live reaction, you would get a strike because you're streaming, something that quote unquote is copyright, but they never get strike. It's weird how the anime sector kind of works. It's very weird. But I'm ready to kind of get into that and see what it do, man. See what it do. Like I don't want to just do like live. I want to like, okay, boom, this is the latest chapter.
Hmm.
Um, and have them like share the screen. Okay, boom, y'all can read along with me. Like and then do what they do. I mean, because I mean, it's easy to do. You gotta be on it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't be dragging your feet because you know if One Piece come out Saturday, you can't be waiting to Thursday to be doing a review. Like, like yeah,
sure.
Sunday, like yeah, we're doing a review, live action review, boom, 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 boom. You got to be up on that. Check out King of Light. He cover all anime and mangas. Yeah,
Yeah, bro. Sled, I'll be watching that dude too, bro. I watch Kika Lightning. He hella
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Like if I was serious about comic books, I would get into that genre. It's a guy on YouTube, Comics Explain. He does shows like still pictures of like the comic, and he's telling the story and background and all that. I think he's like millions of subs, man. Like it's
Yeah,
easy to do, but you got to be with that stuff. You got to be real consistent with it. You can't let it breathe too much because something else is always dropping. Something else is always dropping.
So let me ask you, you heard of the show Invincible?
I have.
Have you watched it?
I've read the comic. Yeah,
Oh dang. Yeah, I
yeah.
only watched the show. Yeah, I only watched the show.
I fuck with Invincible. It's like Americanized anime
Hmm.
style because it's graphic and brutal. I fuck with it. But I fuck with the comic too. Even with the TV show, they're behind, but you wouldn't know because Invincible is not a well known comic like that. It's not like X-Men or some shit.
Hmm.
Like you gotta know um what where to find it and all of that kind of like the boys, like
Hmm.
that was a comic before they made it into a TV show. I mean, but
Dang, I didn't know that either.
yeah, I mean, a lot of these, anime like action superhero types, so they based in comics, but they're like a lot of people didn't know what Invincible was until they saw the cartoon. It was like, oh, okay, boom, let me go find out more about it. Like, the cartoon's far behind, but it don't really matter because it's not like the comic book is that well known to where people know it
Hmm.
on sight. It's not like it's no Marvel or DC, pushing behind it like that. But now I fuck with Invincible, man. You
Yeah, that
know,
shit good, bro. I
I think
like
they're about
the
to bring back the X Men '97. They've been working on that. I'm curious to see what that looks like. That used to be a dope cartoon back in the day.
what are they like reanimating it?
Well, I think they're going to start it back up, and I'm thinking, you know, the reports where they were going to use the same kind of animation style. They kind of
Mhm.
stay true to what it was, and like kind of like pick up the story a little bit after how the last show ended. But that was so long ago.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
yeah, for sure, bro. Cause I'll be watching all type of shit too. But yeah, what was I about to say about Invincible? Um, so would you say the anime is pretty much uh the same as the comic, or is there a difference between the two?
It's close to the comic as far as like how graphic it is. Is and
Mhm.
I appreciate that from them. It's not as graphic with some of like the close-ups, but it is graphic and close enough to it to where it's not like we're gonna go overboard. But
Mhm.
I fuck with it because like I said, it's close to how the comic is as far as like how graphic because Invincible, it's it ain't meant for kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Like dude going around got kids all over the galaxy and you know conquest and domination. Like, nah, that's not it's not this is not your kids Saturday morning cartoon. This ain't no goddamn Ninja Turtles. Like somebody's gonna die. It's gonna be brutal. Um,
Hella.
it's going to be blood. We they're not going to shy away from it, but yeah, I fuck with it. I fuck with it. Like I said, it's close enough to the comic to where it's respectable.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
and I would say that you if you're going to do a translation of a comic book or manga, try to be as close to it as possible. I understand some stuff you can't show, um, but try to be as close to it as possible. Like
Yep.
One Piece had it kind of for me. Wano kind of reset the track. Like, okay, this is kind of close enough to be where it's respectable enough. Um,
Hmm.
so I appreciate that, but um, like I've read like Naruto or Boruto. When you see the
Yeah, bro.
animation,
I
it's
could never
it's just
really
like
get
it's like
into.
trash.
I couldn't really get into Boruto.
Well, I've gotten into it. I've been, I was reading it just because I was a fan of Naruto, and it took
Uh-huh.
me a minute to get into it because it's like, okay, this is like Naruto Kids version part two. But they've kind of gotten away from that. They've time skipped now to where they're like teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gotten better since they kind of transitioned that a couple months ago. Like we're gonna get away from that correlate that's why they taking Naruto completely out of the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've kind of gotten away from the old characters with the time skip. They're their powers. The main character's powers have grown so much. It's like, okay, these who they're referencing to as far as like Sasuke's daughter and all of that stuff and
Mm-hmm.
Boruto, but it could actually at this point with the new chapters they got coming out, it could actually stand on its own, but it still references like Naruto stuff, but it a lot of the powers and abilities, like they've kind of gotten away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, Boruto has a new um Rasengan to where it rotates inside your body. Um, and it doesn't stop rotating. It's like a never ending jutsu. And he uses it on code, and it disorients him and incapacitates him. Um, but it's invisible, kind of like his like it's their skills have grown so much, but like um like I said, they reference the older characters, but they're like we're going to separate them and really focus on these news characters for real, and not really. I think they had to do the time skip. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you just couldn't give me Boruto keep growing up. They had it's kind of like with Naruto, like they had to kind of transition away from the kids and like
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
them teenagers, like young adults. Like they had to kind of transition it to keep up with your audience because your audience grows with you. But I'm into like the new Boruto
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like they started, like I said, a couple months ago. Changing up the tempo and making it more adult type thing. It's not as corny and hokey, kind of like how Seven Deadly Sins kind of fell off. Like
Yeah.
it went from being real good, then it's like even with the movies that they have on Netflix, it's like real hokey. Like it ain't the same.
Yeah. And then, bro, like them years ago when the anime dropped the ball on the anime, you know what I'm saying? Like when they like when I think it was Meliodas versus Escanor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that just that that it looked horrible. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. When you compare it to what the manga was, like yeah, um,
Mm-hmm.
they kind. I think with Seven Deadly Sins, they kind of rushed through it to me. Um,
Yeah.
they rushed through the anime. They're like we're trying, like you were trying to keep up too much with the manga, because by the time the manga kind of closed out, the anime was over.
Yep.
Like you could have, how anime studios are, you could have drug out the Demon King arc for about a year. You could have
Yep.
drugged that out for about a year. Yeah, the Seven Deadly Sins. They've had a couple of Netflix like movies come out over the like past couple of years. It just don't hit. I mean, it's like it's throwaways. Like we're just gonna have a random bad guy, and we're
Yep.
gonna play the Seven Deadly Sins music, and happily ever after. Like I think the last one, I think the last two they had was like Meliodas' son. But it was like all hokey. It fell off, man.
So let me ask you, bro. You fuck with Vinland Saga?
I haven't heard of that one. Is that a
Okay.
manga or anime?
It's an anime, but it's also a manga too. I read it and I watched the anime. It's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I definitely recommend that to you, bro.
You said Villain Saga.
Vinland Saga.
Oh, Vinland. I watched a couple episodes of that. Couldn't get into it, man.
Oh, dang. Word.
I couldn't. And like the first one was cool, but it was like that time period kind of fucked me up. Like,
When he became a slave, basically.
yeah, I was like, yeah,
Yep.
this, yeah, I'm good on this.
Yep. Yep.
Um, I know it's doing well on Netflix, but I'm like, I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of it when it came out. I was like, yeah, this ain't it for me, man. Baki kind of crap, but I blame that. Baki was okay. Um, for all things considered, it was all right. Um, it was okay. Now I need them to finish up this Kingin on Netflix because they're so far behind with that. Like, yeah, like Omega's finna wrap up, and y'all still doing the first. You're still doing a Shura tournament. Like Omega is damn near wrapping up. Like, yeah.
What's it called?
Kingen, like they got it on Netflix. It's called Kingen Ashura, and like it's 2 mangas because you got the Kingen Ashura manga, and then they started it back up with the Kingen Omega. It has like some new characters. It's kind of like their version of a time skip. I think they're
Oh,
like, it's like 200 something chapters in on that one. Comes out, I think it comes out every Wednesday. Comes out every Wednesday around noon. So I read that. But Netflix is so far behind. I just said fuck it with that because they're still like if One Piece, if they're behind on One Piece, like King and the Short, like they're like so far behind. It's kind of like how can I put this? We're watching Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power in the manga, and they're still doing the Frieza saga. They're
oh,
that far. They're that far behind. They're like it's like that kind of like I can't even get into it. Like I know it's been a whole nother tournament. They're we find out that Oma, one of the main characters, he's a clone of a guy, and that guy like, but you guys are so far behind. Like by the time it hits Netflix, it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be a dud. The whole series will be over.
dang.
Yeah, it's like that. Like you can just it's one of those animes that the Netflix got, and it's fighting hand to hand. It's no special powers and none of that kind of stuff. It's just like it's really based in like hand to hand stuff, like real life type stuff. I mean, it's the dope story and dope animation, but like you guys are still working on like the Frieza saga, like that. Ashura has ended. It ended like 2 years ago. Omega has been running, and they're getting ready to closely wrap that up. Like you guys are still doing the Frieza saga.
God damn, that should remind me of what happened to Hunter x Hunter. Was you ever into that?
Yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
you guys are so far behind. By the time you catch up, I mean the story's over. Anime, I mean the manga's over. People have moved on. It might be a whole nother version of the manga by the time you guys. I think that kind of hurt Hunter. If you just watch Hunter x Hunter without watching, um, without reading the manga, you may be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you read the manga, it's like I can't even watch this because you guys are so far behind with the story.
Yep. And it's like, bro, the Hunter x Hunter the manga or whatever, like that shit just stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like chapters just stopped coming out, and it been like shit 5 or 6 years by now.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm ready for that new Demon Slayer season. But I will admit though, this last arc of Demon Slayer to me, the Swordsmith Village arc, it didn't really hit like that for me.
it was a throwaway.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's part of the. It's like you had a whole season, which if you read the manga, that whole season would have been considered filler.
Yep.
Because it didn't really advance the story. Like, yeah, have you read the Demon Slayer manga?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so when they get to the castle and the Infinite Castle, by the time they get there, when it's like the final fight,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine that in anime form? Like, Muzan, number one. You
Yep.
know, Akasa goes down. Number two goes down. Like the fights, the Hashira that die in that fight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are doing the Swordsmith arc. Like you could have included that with the last arc, really, and just kind of kept it,
Yeah, that could have been like so short and just, you know what I'm saying? Already done moved on by now. Cause bro, like literally his main point of even going there was just to get a new sword.
yeah. Like it went from get a new sword. One of the upper ranks, a couple of
Yeah.
the upper ranks come in. A couple of the Hashiras come in, and it's like they died. Okay, like we haven't even gotten to the real like meat and potatoes. Like when they do the Infinite Castle,
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy fire.
like that's like a couple seasons in itself. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to really break it down, like that's a couple seasons in itself because the fights were so long.
Yeah, they
Um,
were.
during that part of the mangas, those fights were so long and so drawn out. I mean, upper rank two, that could be a whole season.
Yeah.
With the they fleshed out with the backstories and shit like that. Yeah, but I'm ready for the new Demon Slayer. I would say this: they try to keep it as true to the manga as possible. But they got to tone it down just a little bit.
Yeah, I hope they don't rush it either, bro. Like
No, rush it,
makes it pretty well.
rush it. I mean, rush it. I mean, the manga's over. Manga's been
Mhm.
over. What are you waiting for? If I'm Netflix, I'm pushing that studio to be cranking them out. Um, let at least 2 arcs a year. I mean, because
Yeah.
you binge watching them anyway. So, two
You
arcs a year.
think they'll make it what do you think if they made that like the when they storm the castle, whatever? What if they make like all that into like just one long movie?
Can't do it. Can't do it. Because
So
then
you
you take away from the manga.
Mm-hmm.
I think um give me two arcs a year. Like you could have did the Entertainment District and the Swordsmith, and that been like those are the 2 arcs for this year.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, give me 2 arcs. I mean, because like the fight with number one, upper rank one. I mean, that's a whole arc in itself. You
Yeah,
know,
like his whole backstory is in that mug and all that, bro.
yeah, that's a whole arc. Like you can't, and then like with the Muzan fight, that's a whole.
Yep.
If you want to make that a movie, I could go with just that fight. I can go with that, but you can't like upper rank one against like the top Hashiras. I mean, just the fight
Mm-hmm.
alone. Not even talking about the back. So that's a whole arc. You can't force all that shit into a movie, man. You can't, you know,
Right.
you could have forced the, maybe the Entertainment District. They kind of did that with the train movie. They kind of that's how you kind of force an arc into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you can't do the whole castle in a movie.
Yeah,
No,
you right,
no.
because even though they did do that, the train movie, right? They still went back and made a series of it because they left a lot out in the movie. I assume.
Yeah, you can. I understand you want to get something out, but like 2 arcs a year. If you want to like break them down, like think about the castle. You got so many, got so many.
Yeah, so much
Zenetsu
going on
fight.
in there.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Zenetsu's fight is like at least 4 or 5 episodes. With
Mm-hmm.
the backstory, and the training and all of that. Like that's 4 or 5 episodes in itself just from that small fight, and that's not even one of the major ones. You be
Yep.
Netflix would be dumb to try to force all that into a movie.
Yep.
Give me give
Fucking
me give me 2 arcs a year. We good.
right, right. And
Give
they
me
can
two
pull it
arcs.
off too, bro. Because like shit, it's so much material that they can work with.
And that's the thing about when you have good manga is
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of it gets left out for the anime. Um, they kind of just give you like I think when they get around to doing the egghead arc, for the anime, some of that Kuma stuff is gonna get cut out.
Yeah.
Some of that Kuma stuff is going to get cut out because it's like, damn, do we really want to make, you know, 5 or 6 episodes just with this? I think they might cut it down to maybe like 2 to 3 episodes.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I'm curious to see where they going with the One Piece story. I'm of the mindset, man. You sped stuff up with the Wano arc. Finally, you speeding stuff up with the egg kick arc. Don't slow down. I mean, at this point, if you guys are not getting the One Piece in the next 3 to 4 years, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna fall out with the manga. Like, yeah, you can't keep dragging. Yeah, like, yeah, nigga, y'all been doing this for like damn near 3 decades. You
Yeah.
really, when you really think about how long this manga's been going, it's been that long. Like,
Yep. And then it's like the way the story is going, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about one of the 5 elders potentially getting defeated at Egghead, right? Like,
yeah,
story wise, like, he gonna have to keep the storytelling like at a faster pace, because like what time after a whole 5 elder getting defeated is the Straw Hats gonna have time to really just be chilling out somewhere in some island or something, you know? Like,
yeah.
they gotta find that last poneglyph, whatever, so they can, get to where they're going.
I
Which I
mean,
think after this they're going to Elbath, I believe. I hope so.
yeah. I think that's the direct. I mean, but think about it. This 5 elder fight. I expect this to kind of drag out for like another couple months, because they're gonna do a backstory on him.
Hmm.
We'll find out a little bit more. I mean, at this point, I'm not saying rush to the One Piece end, but you know, um, now that I'm reading it, I'm like, you shouldn't even included the 5 elder in this one, because like, what about the other 4? Um,
Right. Right.
like what are their, now we got to sit back and watch, what are their skills, what are their backgrounds, so much stuff been thrown into the egghead art. Shank's father been thrown in. Oh yeah, this is who he is. We know he was badass, and that was it. Like, we're not giving you nothing else. Like, you're giving me too much backstory at this point. I don't think anybody was asking who Shank's dad is.
Right.
I don't think the people were really asking for that. But now that you've given it to me, now I want to know more about that family and how it relates to the world government. Like, it's too much, man.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, so many questions arise out of that. Like, how did Shanks end up, you know what I'm saying, on getting found by Roger and them type of
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, and we're not even like the ancient weapons.
Hmm.
What is, come on, man. It's so many, stones left to unturned. Like, how much does Emu know about the D family? How much, what is his story? What is his hatred for
Hmm.
them stem from? Like, see, is he immortal? Does he have a real physical form? Is he, just a demon? I don't know. Like,
Right.
it's, but not, like I said, now that I'm thinking about it, you should have just left the 5 elder out of the AK arc. You should have just let them get away. Um, the filler could have just been Egghead telling what he knows about the 5 elders in the world government. And if you want to
Hmm.
just leave it like that, but now that I see Saturn, oh, now I got to see what your abilities are. Now we got to get his background, because unless they escape, he dies.
Right.
It's
So let me ask you, do you see, okay, what you've seen from Saturn so far, right? Like, do you think he'll beat someone like a Kaido or a Big Mom or Shanks?
it's kind of hard to, if I had to, with his knowledge, I would say yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I think he could have, him by himself could have took an emperor. Because he seems to be so much knowledgeable about, just the powers of the devil fruit.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
he seems to know, like, and then we kind of find out, like, the last couple chapters, we know he's a scientist on the level of Egghead.
Hmm.
He was doing human experience, like, Yeah, I think he could have beat a Kaido or Big Mom. I think they just kind of like, left him out there. Just, you don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. You're not you're not the issue. Luffy and the Straw Hat's the issue because of his devil fruit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know if that was an ancient weapon or not. Like, that's the one thing about One Piece, man. It's like how they what was what island was that Emu destroyed?
It
You
was
know,
the Lucia Kingdom.
yeah, just like he destroyed. Could that have been an ancient weapon, or could that have been the world government's version of an ancient weapon?
I think it was mentioned in one of these past few chapters, but it was like a kind of a while ago that I think Vegapunk built that weapon. It's called the Mother Flame
Yeah, the
to
Mother
destroy
Flame.
that island.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, is that
Vegapunk.
based off of an ancient weapon design?
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Based off of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I
there.
think it definitely has to, bro. Like that level of destructive power. You feel me? Like to just destroy an entire island. Yeah, that got to be
Like
like.
could that be like I said, based on a design of an ancient weapon, or could that be something completely different? Like it's so many stones left unturned with One Piece, man, and at this point, man, I can't do another 3-4 years of reveals. Like you're gonna have to kind of pick up the pace, man, because this manga has been
Yeah.
stretching out for decades. Like you got to kind of pick up the pace.
And it's like not even just with the egghead arc, bro. Like just the entire story of One Piece. He got so many like plot lines to, you know what I'm saying, all make it all tie together and make sense. You feel me? Like it's
I mean, because it's one thing about One Piece that I don't think any other manga that I can recall is so many stones that they
mhm.
have left unturned that they can just like, oh boom, we can go back to this. Um, we could go back to, oh, what is the capability of the ancient weapon under Wano? Like it's I mean, it's just so many. How dangerous were the rock pirates?
Right.
How
Shit.
how
Strong
powerful
was
was
the
rocks?
captain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like how strong was the captain? Like we've heard it mentioned. The fact that Garp and Roger had to team up to beat him. Like,
Mhm.
we find out, Garp is no slouch, but One Piece has got so many stones and they just keep adding. Like, I didn't need to know about Shank's father. I didn't care. But now that you kind of put it out there, that's another stone. I'm like, I need to know more about his father, how powerful he is. You know,
Yeah.
I just One Piece, man. If you don't wrap it up in about 2-3 years, I'm back to the clouds on that one, man. I can't, I can't. I mean, because you can't keep, for me, like you've already stretched the work out.
Mhm.
I mean, we're talking about like generations, dude. This has been going on. This manga's been going on for decades,
Yeah.
decades,
25 years, bro. That is
decades.
crazy.
And you're talking about they got enough material as far as because like, it's so much stuff that they bring up and then they'll move on to it and like never come back to it for like a long time.
Yeah, long time.
We could be looking at One Piece, 35th anniversary. Like, I'm not doing it, dude. I'm not doing like, you gave me God Valley in like a chapter and a half. And now it's like, that's the whole, that could be a whole art. What really happened on that island? What was why was the world government doing that? Why was they gambling with devil fruit for the winners? Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
like,
you
not,
know that also had me thinking, bro, like, okay, Income's backstory, like, yeah, the God Valley stuff was literally only like a chapter and a half. So I was thinking, like, who at this point, whose backstory is he waiting on to really show what all happened at God's Valley? Like the shit that he know that we really want to see.
exactly. Like who is going to give me that? Is it we're going to get Shanks? Meeting with his father, and that's when we get the back. Like, I don't know, man. One Piece, man. I won't be around for the 30th anniversary. Sorry, not sorry. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Like you guys have got to, you know. I mean, it's easy to just make up some shit, and people are still wondering, who's Luffy's mother.
Yep.
What is the story? Like Emu has been a story for like the past 15 years. Like, who is this dude? What is his backstory? You
And it's
know,
like, why does he choose to be unknown? You know what I'm saying? It's like if he's sitting on the throne and is the king, like, why does he wants to remain in the shadows?
yeah. Like, what is the story of the D? What is his? Because even if it's mentioned around, he's ready to kill. Like, what is it?
Hmm.
Right? Is that the guy that stole his wife? Like, what is? I can't with One Piece, man. Like, I'm enjoying it. Stop with the filler shit. Let's I'm kind of like let's kind of wrap it up, man. Kind of wrap it up. We're 25 years into the story. Let's start wrapping it up. I mean, even Dragon Ball got different seasons and iterations. One Piece is just One Piece.
Yeah. But shit, yeah,
Look,
yeah.
look at
We just
slander. We got to get a see. Look, we
yeah.
got to now we got to get a dragon backstory. And yeah, now we got to get a real Goldie Roger backstory. Now we got to get a Rocks backstory. Now we got. I mean, think about it. We
Bro,
got to get a
like
real.
yeah, and I like Goldie Roger, don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong, but it's like we seen a lot of his backstory already for them to give us another Roger backstory. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
They're
it's like
setting it up.
a
They're
good
setting it up.
detailed portion of it. We got it from Odin and Wano.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I expect them to pull out a Whitebeard backstory.
I would
You
be
know,
down for that for sure.
I mean, we're not even talking about Marcel D. Teach. Come on, man.
Yep.
I can't. One Piece just keeps like, yeah, we'll just throw this in there, and we got another couple years, like, and they still haven't even. I mean, what? And I'm waiting for Rayleigh, um,
Hmm.
his backstory to come
Yep.
out. Like, yeah, I can't. I can't. You guys got 2 years with me, and I'm back to the clouds.
And it's like when the Egghead arc started, I honestly didn't expect it to be going this long or like get this deep. You know what I'm saying with the Kuma shit.
I mean, like I said, it is egghead. They're throwing a lot of shit out there, and then like we're going to set it up late. I mean, it's like here we are. Egghead. I thought Egghead was getting ready to wrap up. They was trying to get off the island. Now Saturn's here, so I know this is about to drag out longer than it has to.
Yep.
And we haven't learned anything other than Kuma's how he ended up getting the devil fruit, his people's um, you know admiration for Nika. Now
Yeah.
we're talking about how Nika power affect Bonnie's power because obviously Saturn knows that backstory. Like, come on, Egghead has just gotten so like you were just about to wrap up, and we're not even talking about the technology that was on the island, the robot, and all of that. Like,
Hmm.
I can't. One Piece is losing me because it's too much, and you keep giving me more and more and more and more and more and more filler, and then like it leaves me with a question, and then you're like, all right, we'll come back to it at another time. Like, nah, go ahead. You gave me God Valley for a chapter and a half.
Man, you another thing in recent time that I'm thinking about, Slender had brought it up too, bro. In Wano Country, when they was kept building up Yamato joining the crew,
Yeah,
just for her to not join the crew.
yeah. But I think she'll end up joining the crew eventually because they're going back to Wano eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the ancient weapon, they're going back.
Hmm.
Um, it's a matter of when. What does that look like? Is it going to be, um, Luffy leading all the pirates against the world government in the final battle. Like, what is the end game with this shit? What is the real deal behind the Void Century? Like,
Yeah.
all right, man. Let me get my ass up out of here, man. It's always a pleasure to chop it up with you. My anime nerds and shit like that. Got those somebody probably too. They're like, what the fuck these niggas talking about?
Right.
This ain't the sector. What is? Yeah, but let me get my ass up out of here, man. It's always a pleasure. Hey, and we're gonna start doing that for real. Yeah, get into it. Matter of fact, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick. See my Gmail. Okay, laptop. Don't. Okay.
One more question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think Kaido and Big Mom is dead?
I think so. Because I don't see, I don't see no reason to bring him back into the story. Yeah. That's the only reason I say that. I don't see a reason to bring him back into the story because you kind of move. What are you gonna? Where are they gonna pop up now when they return back to Wano? Okay, my shit moving slow. Hold on, because I want to show this to you. I showed it to the homie already. Matter of fact, let me do it from my phone. Because brother got some bad weather, so let me do it like this.
It's bad up here too, bro.
I think let me see. Go to my sent.
Slender said, "Nah, they still alive." It's crazy, bro. One Piece. When it comes to One Piece, you just really never fucking know. Like, it can be like the most deadliest thing can happen to a character, and them niggas gonna survive.
But bring them back to do what? I mean, you drug them out, and kind of like in wrestling, they put over the new generation. Like I don't need to I don't need to see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know. I got so much shit in here. Oh, here it goes.
Hey, Slender said if Magma could kill them, then I kind of the GOAT.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Oh yeah, God. We showed this. I don't know if you watched it on the Not Sector show. Let me see. Close that out. Let's see. I'll share my screen. Let me share my screen with you real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, this is the intro video. Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them.
That's hard.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the other one. Let me stop sharing this one. Because it's another one. We kind of changed it up. Come on, Google. Um, okay, oh, I gotta just switch emails. Hold on.
Slender said Big Mama be in L Bath. You heard it here first.
No, dude, just let it go. They ended out, their arc well. They put over um the next generation. So kind of like leave it. If I was them, leave it at that. Um, where's it at? Where is it at? I got so many fucking emails. Hold on. Shit. I think I slammed it. Yeah, I did. Begathon. No, that's not it. So many fucking emails. So many fucking emails. Was it this one? Well, anyway, I'll send it to you so you can check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send it to you when I find it. Got emails everywhere, man. You know how that goes. But yeah, because shout out to the good brother Ray. He kind of hooked me up with both of those intros. But it's like it's an updated one too. Got some Tori Noshita fight scenes in it. Some of that Chinese anime shit. So yeah.
Yeah, that shit hard, bro. That one you just showed me, bro.
Oh shit! Yeah, wait till you see what Slander been working on.
Oh shit!
What do you see he been working on? So ain't nobody but the nerds here anyway. So no, they're working together. They're doing content. Yeah, okay.
Right. I already calling y'all niggas the triads.
Man, what? That's some shit. That's some shit. PK, but we'll run with it. They everybody needs a villain. I guess we'll play the villain. But they ain't no triad. There's no like organized group or nothing. We just we all kind of think similar in regards to the fuck shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people are getting the idea, like, yeah, these niggas is coordinating shit. Like, nah, like, but we see shit we see shit like, oh yeah, we peeped that, or you peeped that,
Right.
yeah, I peeped that. Like, it's on that type shit, but it's not like organized hits against nobody. It's like, nah, we just see shit very, very, very similar. But we'll run with it. We'll be the triad. You know, we'll be all of that. We'll keep having you believe. I mean, I guess the second need the good guys. Like, the triad is the new group.
Right.
That's they bothered, but that's let them be bothered, man. But you just got to learn, be careful. Like, if you don't say it, we don't play it. And I don't know why niggas get mad when we say that shit. You don't say it, we don't play it. I don't be making the shit up. I don't be making it up. But let me get my ass up out of here, man, because I got to get up in the morning for the gym. Always a pleasure, Jern. Fire show as always. We got to get together and do it again. We'll be in touch, man. We'll be in touch.
All right, thanks, bro. Thanks for coming up, bro.
Hey, no problem, bro. Always. Yeah.
All right, folks. That one in the books. Shout out to everybody that was here. Shout out my nigga Slander God. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all that, y'all. So we about to get on up out of here. Appreciate you, Brody. Get on up out of here. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna go live, but you know what I'm saying? As I said, 2024, I'm taking this shit seriously, man. We about to run it up in this anime sector, man. You know what I'm saying? See where this shit take us. But all right, y'all, I'm out. Have a good night, man.